First off, can you describe that sequence at the end of the game? You guys are killing the penalty, ends up with a Giroux goal, but just from your vantage point, because it felt like they had about a half dozen grade A chances that either your saves or some great defensive plays kept the puck out of the net.
Yeah, I mean, we fought hard there for sure, and when we scored, the billing was really loud, so it was a really good moment for sure.
How would you describe the feeling in that moment when you're facing all those shots?
Well, at the time, you don't really think about it too much. I see a stick get broken there. Obviously, that's not good for us. But I thought we did a really good job of just staying there and staying within our box and try to get as many passes as we could. And we got a good bounce there, and we scored. So it was great.
When you reflect on the overall game by your team, just getting back into it in the second and then the third period, how would you just describe the win and the feeling in the room right now?
I mean, I feel like we had the last couple of games here, we played really well. We were battling hard. We created a lot of scoring chances. We're doing the right things all over the ice. And if you could see, we've won a few more games here, so we just got to keep building on it.
The last 24 hours have been pretty special for you guys. Had some rough struggles in November. How's it feeling in here?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. We got 2 wins here now. We lost 1 and then we had 2 before that, so it was a 4 and 5, and that's great. If we keep winning like that, that's perfect. So we just got to keep building on it.
Do you think you're doing anything differently?
Well, we're playing more like a team for sure. We're battling hard. We battled for 6 minutes, and I think that's the biggest key. It's a tight game out there, and every team is good, so you got to play 60 minutes every game.
Easy to absorb the atmosphere in this building tonight.
Yeah, it was a cool atmosphere out there. It was really loud. Even G came in and said it was crazy when he scored there. And he's been around for a long time, so I guess that means it's good.
And just a thought on this, you're back in the lineup starting, and you make 30. I think it's 35 saves, but just to kind of maybe you and Cam now kind of playing the way that you wanted to play to start the year. I know injuries and stuff kind of sidetracked that at the beginning, but just to now maybe feel like you're both in a bit of a groove, how important that could be for this team.
Yeah, I mean, it's always important to have 2 goalies to see. Both me and Cam have been injured so far, and it's always good that on back-to-backs like this we have 2 goalies who can play, and we want to be as deep as we can in every position, and it's great.
What's it like for you guys as a group? I know the last couple of games at home have been tough. To get that ovation on your way out of the rink, what does that mean?
That was awesome. The energy was great all game, and obviously coming from a game last night in New York where you got a lot of emotions going through you, coming and playing the way we did tonight, I think is awesome for a group. But I think, like you said, it's easy to get up for games like that at home when you come in and the crowd is there from the puck drop, and they're loud, and they give us a lot of energy. So definitely one of the nights that we had a lot of fun playing for sure.
Sounds like your voice is going a bit drained after these 2 nights back to back.
Yeah, there's a low fatigue settling in, but no, it's with the travel and everything always makes it hard. But you know what, show up tonight and playing the way everybody played it was awesome. It was a great team win.
Anton Forsberg said he feels like you guys are just coming together as a team right now. How would you describe the difference that's translated to these wins?
I mean, it's just the way we play, and obviously at times it gets hard. Like I always say, there's not one night that we go out there and we don't want to win. It's just some nights it didn't go our way, some nights we couldn't score, whatever it might have been. And I think right now we believe in what we got in here, and we believe that when we play our game, we can have success against any team. And I think it's slowly coming together. I think nobody's getting ahead of themselves here, but those 2 wins on back-to-back nights like that is big for a group. It's big for everybody's confidence.
Seeing anything different in the third periods of the last couple of games?
Yeah, I think we just keep doing what we do. Is nobody's gripping their sticks harder or whatever it is, and we just play our game, and we've had some success, and we get the job done coming into the third, where in the last few years we might have made a few mistakes to lose the game. So it's big, like I said. The way everybody's playing and the way the group is carrying themselves, it's big for us.
200 points have any meaning for you?
Obviously, it's always awesome on a personal level. But you know what? I wasn't even aware of it, but it's pretty big. Obviously, like you always say, I know it's cliche, but your dream is just to play in the NHL one day, and to get to this point, obviously, it's awesome. Not only for myself, but I think for everybody, my family, my parents, everybody that's helped me along the way. It's a big thing for sure.
How would you describe that sequence? 4.5 minutes left in the game. You guys are killing that penalty.
Yeah.
And then Claude comes the other direction and
Yeah.
scores. What's going through your mind as you're watching that all unfold?
That was awesome. Brinksy and I were standing in the box, just hoping. Obviously, we wouldn't get scored, and just to see the boys out there hammer, breaking his stick. Bergie made I don't know how many saves. The guys blocking shots. It was great, and then seeing the puck coming out and seeing G going on a breakaway. It was a great moment. Everybody was very fired up. The crowd was loud. Everybody was standing. It was a cool moment.
3 power play goals for you on the season this year. Coming into this year, you only had 3 in your entire career.
Yeah.
Is there something different that you feel like you're doing? Are you just getting more lanes, maybe, or is there anything to it?
I mean, it's something I've tried and change, and I think everybody around the league kind of got aware that I'm a pass first kind of guy. And this year I've tried and bring more pucks to the net, and obviously, lucky enough, they've been going in.
What did you see from that pass from Matthew Joseph to yourself?
Yeah, it was fun. It reminded me of Junior a little bit, but no, it was good. Sandy came back to the bench, and the guys had full possession coming in, so I kind of switched off with him on that bubbling puck there, and obviously G went to him, and he set me up, so it was awesome. Yeah, not quite. No, not the same shot. Unfortunately, I wish, but no, it's not it.
I'd like to get that reaction from the crowd on your way off tonight. Like, it's been some tough games at home. Just to feel that type of love and support from the crowd must have felt really good for you guys.
It was awesome. It was an exciting, entertaining game, and to cap off, back to back in that fashion where we just grinded out right to the end. It felt good, and it definitely you could feel the excitement that the fans were having.
Did you feel like you carried some of the momentum from the win last night into today?
I definitely think we got a little confidence from last night, and that if we just trust that we can play for a full 60 and trust one another just to stick with it, now we'll be always happy with the results and with our effort too. So we knew tonight, at times at the start our legs weren't going to be there, as of course a tough back-to-back, but we knew it was going to come eventually. Just simplify when that happens, and I think that's what we did in the second period, and we started taking over the game then.
What does it say about your power play that you dismantled the team that was number 1 in the league in penalty killing, at 92% effective rate, and you guys scored 3 times? What does that say about your group on the power play?
It's there's times earlier this season where the power play didn't step up, and I think it was going to happen eventually, and it was a good time to do it against the best penalty killers. So, those are the challenges we love and we thrive on. So, for both units to get some big goals, it's definitely helped the overall group, and for sure got a lot of confidence with ourselves.
There was a moment where things got really scrappy right in front of you on the bench. I think Pinto was in there in the third period. You were jumping up like a kid on Christmas. What was going through your mind, and what were you saying?
Well, I was fired up for sure. I don't know if I could say here what I was saying to them, but it was great. It's for me, it's one of the best parts of the game is when guys are protecting each other, and then guys are fired up and do whatever it takes to win. So to see that, I had a lot of fun.
You were encouraging them, hey?
Oh, I was fired up.
Speaking of emotion, when you scored in the first period, that was a lot of enthusiasm there. Was there anything behind that? Just being at home and maybe?
Yeah, just being back here. It's it's always fun, especially Saturday night here where the crowd. There's a lot of people in the stands, so you feed off their energy, and it was a great play by Timmy there. A great play by Timmy to pass it through the skates and just a couple whacks at it. So definitely was fired up, and I don't know if there's anything really special about it.
What would you say the difference is? You guys have won 4 of the last 5 games. Can you put your finger on anything?
I don't know. Just getting the results. I think we're playing. our identity, and I think that's what we were doing in the past. Just we weren't getting the results that we wanted, whether it's bad bounces or stuff like that. So for us to find ways to win, it's huge for our confidence. It's huge for us moving forward. But yeah, it's definitely exciting little stretch that we've had. But we know we need to make more ground up here. So we're not going to be satisfied with this. We're just going to keep pushing.
That Giroux slapper on the breakaway, does that get guys thinking about, if I'm on a breakaway, you might try that?
Absolutely not. No, that's not my arsenal. So that was vintage G, and that was kind of almost the loudest moment that I've heard in this rink when that happened. So it was definitely exciting, especially coming off that 5-on-3 where Hammer, Sandy, and Motter and Forsberg too. It's those guys stepped up and really grinded to keep out of the net, and that was pretty awesome. It was definitely, we were all fired up for that too.
I guess can you just talk about that sequence, your goal there at the end on the breakaway?
Yeah.
Caps off a ridiculous stretch where you guys are killing off that penalty. You score that goal. From your perspective, what was that sequence like?
Yeah, I mean, I was on the bench, and the PK did a good job, and Hammer lost his stick, and Forsberg made a lot of big saves, and I just jumped on the ice and was able to get on a breakaway. So it was a crazy sequence.
How would you describe?
Slap shot all the way on that?
In between periods, I told Pinto I was going to score on a slap shot, so I didn't really have a choice.
You've done that before, Claude, of the 305 goals you've scored.
Yeah, I've done it maybe once, I don't know. But, it just decision I made, and I just went with it.
How would you describe the energy after you scored that goal in the building?
Yeah, I mean, since I'm here, the home opener, it was pretty loud, but I think I remember scoring and then hearing, looking at the crowd and hearing the crowd, and it was for sure the loudest it's been since I'm here. So, anytime that happens, it's that's why you play the game.
How big has this little stretch been for you guys? I mean, 4 out of 5 that you win. It seemed like people were hanging their heads a little heavy early in November. Is it now feeling like maybe things are changing?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were playing good hockey for a while, and we weren't getting the result. And then there's a few games that we got off track to how we want to play. And then, when you don't get the results, you start doubting the way we're playing. But we just have to trust the way that we're playing. It's going to work. And, tonight was a great example that we just got to stick with it.
Do you think you're coming together more as a team right now?
Well, yeah. I mean, as the season goes on, for me personally, you start getting to know the guys. And, anytime you care about the player that you're playing with, it's a little bit more motivation to want to succeed. And obviously right now we're playing some good hockey and we're getting the results, so it's easier to believe in what we're doing.
How much of Friday carry over to tonight? Because that was a pretty emotional win.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that win in New York, Brady was a horse, and that's why he's a leader. He's a leader on this team, and coming back here, it was clear to us how we want to play and how we want to do it, and our captain led us to this win. I strongly believe tonight.
It's not often when a guy scores a goal that he points at his own goalie, but it looked like you were doing that to Anton Forsberg after your slapper goal.
I mean, I didn't really have a choice. I think he made some saves that some people say that's why he's in the net, is to stop the puck. But those saves were pretty crazy, and he should probably get an assist on that.
You don't seem to get too low or too high. Are you going to allow yourself to get a little, excited after this one?
I'm a little too old to get too high or too low. So I've learned maybe the hard way that when you win a game, it doesn't matter if you win or lost the last game. There's another one coming up, and for us, it's obviously we're going to enjoy it Saturday night at home and get a big win. You have to enjoy it, but at the end of the day, when practice starts Monday, just another game coming up.
You said earlier in the week you weren't going to look at the standings unless you had a couple wins. Are you going to take a peek now?
No, not yet. It's too early. I'll let you know, though, when I do.